as long as people's feeling it, that's what makes me happiest, you know. Because like you said, the music's too like kind of very two tonal, but that's kind of what represents me at the moment. On one hand, I've got a lot of blessings, but on the other hand, there's a lot of quite depressing stuff going on. So it's just yeah, it's definitely the story of my life right now.
The most interesting people have that in their life too, and if you
Of
don't, I
course.
think if you don't have it, I think it shows in your music. I can feel the pain and I can feel the beauty in your music. That's well, guys, I am proud to announce I finally got a chance to sit down and talk with none other than Kidsonic. Well, I tell you what, it was an honor, a privilege, might I even say, to sit down and talk with this fine young man individual here. Let me tell you what, it's neat to sit down and talk to somebody that you feel like you knew in a past life, and you just picked right up on a conversation that you didn't even know that you were having in a past life, and you just picked right up and started talking like you were old friends. And well, I sat down to interview him, and we just jibber jabbered for a good hour almost, and it was a very humbling experience. I like this guy a lot. His musical career and to watch him grow from within our group has been exactly why I've been here. So to see him go through everything that he's gone through with some of his struggles that he's turned into blessings, it is just a magical moment, guys. This is what we're here for. This is what the community is all about. Kidsonic's story is just an excellent story. Listen, hey, I'm gonna have all the links to his pages and to his music are going to be down there. I'm going to be uploading this to Ableton directly, so I'll put the links in the comment sections. But if you're here on YouTube, go ahead and check those out. Without further ado, I give you the interview with Kidsonic. All right, so I'm here with Kidsonic. It's an honor to be with you, sir, and to watch you grow in the community. You're pretty much a founding member as far as I'm concerned, in our Ableton Advanced community, and I'm talking to all the other communities out there too. We have Kidsonic in front of us right now. Say hello, Kidsonic. How are you doing today?
Easy. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me do this little interview. Yeah, it's an honor. It's an honor.
Excellent. Well, I've been watching you within the group for quite some time, and we've been watching you grow. And this is what the community is all about. It is to help, help each other in a symbiotic relationship and help each other grow together. And you've been a part of it, and watching you grow has been excellent. I know you've got some new stuff with youth music that is coming up. I'm looking at your website too. I love this. I love this saying here on the, I think this is going to wrap it up. I love this saying down here. It says, he's making music to understand the world himself and how to navigate it. And that's excellent. I do want to touch up on, I know that you have, you were born blind and you have some blind struggles that you've turned into blessings. Your struggles are your blessings, I feel like, and I imagine
Of
that
course.
really helps your music.
Of course. I mean, well, I've just done a whole project on this. When I was finishing university last year, um, we had to do a honors project, which is like a dissertation. The project that I chose was to look into catharsis, which, for those who don't know, the ancients such as Plato and the Greek philosophers, if you will, um, believed that there was a form of expression that they called catharsis, which is the act of expressing oneself through music, that are inmost fears and desires, that kind of thing. And that was more in the play sense. However, it does translate into music and it does translate into everything else. Um, a better way to put it as well is in a more broad sense, it would be called sublimation, which is the same thing, but that's way more broad. It can be put into anything like community work or um, anything else really. But for me, it's more catharsis that I'm focusing on. And the last few years have been difficult mentally for me, with issues of harassment in the neighborhood. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but as a result, it's left me kind of feeling angry inside and depressed, and and having Asperger's, that kind of gets heightened. But as you said, I've used catharsis to kind of turn that into something positive. I found music to be very helpful in meditation and all that kind of thing. You alluded to the fact that I've got a project coming up with youth music, which is true. This is going to be an expansion on EP that I've got coming out next month, based around my project on catharsis. And it's going to be called Finding Faith. I'm not going to go too deep into that. You'll have to wait and see. But that's going to be coming out about April next year. So, yeah, but to go back to the answer to that answer of the question, yeah, music in a nutshell is my way of navigating life, understanding everything, and sensory-wise, my hearing is heightened by the fact I'm visually impaired. So that's kind of what allowed me to do it in the first place. Like, I'm constantly getting told stories by my mum and other family members that when I was little, I used to bounce perfectly in time to music. Told people the story, and they never really believed me. And then when obviously I started making music, it became apparent that I had something there.
That you do digital art for people. I've seen some of the digital art that you've done for covers and things like that. Is that something that you're maybe going to keep on pursuing?
Yeah, I do. It's more of a portfolio page, but there is a contact information. I'm probably gonna have to update that to see if it actually emails me, but it should come up in my Wix dashboard. But I will link that in, but it's not like a official page at the moment. It's still the Wix free domain, so I will send you that.
I love how you kind of diversify yourself artistically, even in avenues that one would expect. And I've seen the art; it's great. It's your digital art is done very well. So that's awesome. And you said you got stuff coming up with youth music. It's an undisclosed album that's coming out here. We're going to see it in April. You said. That's when
April of next year. Yeah.
That's when my birthday is at, so that's perfect.
Oh, bless. Well, hopefully I can get it out by your birthday.
Well, that's excellent. I have all your stuff over here. We got you on SoundCloud. I'll do the links to all that over there. The links to your website over here that you just came out, which is pretty impressive to see. And we're going to be seeing this grow, and that's awesome. The drum and bass, is that a style that you are going to lock into? Or do you see yourself panning into a lot of other different genres?
Genres, potentially in the future. I'll have to see where the drum and bass thing takes me. If it stays at a certain stage, then I might look into expanding into different genres. But up until then, I'm pretty focused on the drum and bass, because that's what seems to get me the most hype at the moment. A lot of people are feeling my drum and bass stuff more than, because I used to produce EDM when I was like kind of the Martin Garrix, like kind of Swedish House Mafia kind of stuff when I was like 16. And that's what I was producing from I started, really, from I was 12. So about 4 years I was making all that kind of stuff, and then started making drum and bass, and people were reacting much more to that than they were to my previous music.
Well, you're killing the genre, and I can tell you that right now. It's absolutely amazing. It's rekindled my love affair with the drum and bass, and I've always liked that. There was always that style that mixed the two contradictive kind of elements together, like a really slow pad that makes you just fall in love with everything, and then there's just that hard-ass beat that just makes you want to rip stuff up, and that's what your song does to me. I don't know, it's so conflicting to listen to, and I absolutely love it. I think you could touch any genre and be good at it, but for branding reasons, I do agree with what you're saying. Like it's you can't flip-flop on people right in the beginning, especially.
Of course.
So and you've chosen a wise area, and a lot of people do a lot of talking and a lot of people do some walking, and I see you doing the talk and you're doing the walk. It's been an honor to see you in the group and to watch you grow, and I hope everybody goes out and hits the links down there in the description to go follow Kidsonic on his path of musical enlightenment to find himself in the world. It's excellent. Excellent, man. Honor to be here with you, man. Honor to be here with you, and I hope everybody else is excited as me. So, is there anything that you would like to say? Any plugins for links or some songs? Is there a particular song that you would like me to link down in here for everybody to hear? Or
up until then, I think for this video, probably just use Rasa. Rasa, yeah. That might be the best one.
Great song. I was listening to that this morning, and man, I tell you what, I had my coffee going, and I was just like, ooh. It was so good. I tell you what, and it's excellent.
As long as people's feeling it, that's what makes me happiest, you know. Because like you said, the music's kind of very two-tonal, but that's kind of what represents me at the moment. On one hand, I've got a lot of blessings, but on the other hand, there's a lot of quite depressing stuff going on. So it's just, it's definitely the story of my life right now.